So we got two case studies we thought we'll present to you today. One is for a leading automotive tier one manufacturer based out of Michigan, 100 plus plants, a global manufacturing customer of ours. They have got presence in North America, Europe, Asia, Pacific, different types of lines, and each line has unique things that they do. Very, very varying capabilities, decade-old assembly lines, non-homogeneous, heterogeneous environment, $140 million of annual scrap cost. Some of the problems you would be surprised, like putting a wrong label at end of the line because you're just walking up to the few meters away, shared printer, somebody fires the printer, get the label, put it in here, mislabeling, goes through returns, and the penalties associated with the millions of dollars. You'd be surprised. The data that's entered are, don't be surprised, not validated with any master data. There is no integration with the ERP. Visual inspection in most of the lines at end of the line, right? They've got tons of things to do. Whiteboards, like I said, tons of spreadsheets. OEE is a consolidation of all the spreadsheet into another spreadsheet entered into a web-based application, a data entry system, and then the top floor sees what the shop floor does. So that's not a great strategy. The tag collection, some of the plants had done some, like I said, a little project of sorts with some innovation happening at a plant level, which is a good thing to do, but not standardized, right? What is collected as a tag is not standardized across even two plants. Then how are you going to have a strategy, right? Lack of data strategy. I'm not surprised, you won't, it's a real example. People went to Best Buy, they had budget, bought some hard drive, collecting data. The data stays within the plant. So such architecture design, even the cyber security control was very, very, very decisions were made locally at the plant level. So there isn't a strategy at a enterprise level. So this is the as is state when we walked in, and we were asked to come up with the whole IIoT and AI smart factory landscape. So what we did was, if you could go to the next slide, Frank. We started with a design thinking workshop right at our facility. Sorry, I think we lost you. Yeah, design thinking workshop. So that is where you are actually doing some whiteboarding session, bringing in multiple stakeholders from different parts of the world, different parts of North America, get alignment on what is your top problem, right? Is everybody aligned with the problem statement? Which of the problem statement is bothering you the most? What is it you really want to tackle first? How are we going to roll out? What are all the different level of innovations that has happened? Several plant visits were followed after that. I mentioned at least 6 plants I visited to study the technology in place, the process that's in place, how people react, what kind of constraints they have, right? Physical constraints, resource constraints, and whatnot. A standardized view of the master data was established. We worked with the continuous improvement team to come up with this strategy for what is the standardized data, and then who in the enterprise should own the data, right? And then clear the duplicates, do some negotiation with them, come to an alignment, and then focus on an integration projects. So this was spun into different projects. Have a global IIoT reference architecture. It would have been nice that entire all three regions would have jumped into the bandwagon and taken this up, but it is ideal world, never it's ideal, right? So you have to have a tactics to it as to which ones are going to embrace us. What is your phase one, what is your phase two, what is your phase three going to look like, right? So that type of execution or executable architecture is really key. I can give you a fancy presentation. I can give you one of the most complex presentation we have done in terms of the reference architecture, which comprehends all that. But it's of little use unless you have an executable architecture with your timeline, with your resources, with your budget, your bill of material at a cable and a black box to your license cost. So that is really key. We helped to build a data pipeline on cloud of their choice. and have a strategy where you have one place where you can have exploration for the data scientists. So as we speak with this customer, like I said, we have worked for 3 years. We have done some real cool work with AI based modeling. Some of the visualization will be literally stunning. Can you imagine 200, 300,000 data points, time series data points shown on a web chart? That's something, it's not a, you cannot get any off the shelf charting component to plot 200, 300,000 points on a web screen to explore. Um, on top of it, we have implemented the ML ops so that any of the AI models which we create can go through your Kafka or whatever pipeline, data pipeline, back to your shop floor, so that they have the learnings, latest and greatest data to operate on. So this is a classic case study of journey. It takes patience, it takes perseverance, it takes buy-in from the leadership and sponsorship. But I'm glad to say that now most of the lines are modernized in this. They have visibility to the OEE. Even though some of the machineries have not been upgraded, you have got a different way to collect data. Some cases, a different method to collect data. The wishes at some point of time, those machines can get upgraded once the capital expenses are approved. But like I said, we cannot live in a dream world that everything will be changed overnight, but it has to be a journey as we travel along.